Amazing. Thank you so much.
Um, I wanted to thank you for the call last week. Sorry for like falling apart. But I did. It was so weird because then after that, it's like my dad. You know, how I told you my dad was calling up people to for jobs, but literally like the first person he called had like they have like a digital marketing position for me. So I'm probably gonna take it, and sounds like a good
See,
opportunity for me.
it's amazing what happens when the truth vibrates the fastest. You ask for help. I was just talking about you got to keep on playing, and people get so far in their own way, and things grow arms and legs. You see how easy it is? Everybody's on your team. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't get so mad at you if they didn't care so much. So turn that care into helping you instead of getting mad at you.
Yeah. Well, you don't know my mom. She is a nutcase.
Yeah, I know. All you gotta do is say your mom, and that's good by me. Crazy works though. My kids are doing great, and crazy works when it comes to parenting. Well, congratulations. Anything else I can help you with?
Thank you. Well, okay, so I may have probably asked this before, but it's coming up a lot. Like, when you're learning lessons, how do you not, can you learn a lesson without experiencing so much pain? Like, how do you
Yeah,
decode it?
you can learn lessons with no pain. So the thing is, what if we're seeking the lesson before the pain arrives? And that's what if you listen to the Sod Guru podcast that I did, because I always say life's about lessons. The lessons will keep on coming to you. Learn them. You'll forget every lesson you ever learned. Pain's an indicator you have a lesson to learn, but doesn't mean you have to experience pain. That's what he was pointing out, right? He said, for example, you don't want to learn the lesson of skydiving with pain, right? You don't want to learn the lesson that you got to open your parachute at a certain height after you hit the ground, right? So most of the lessons are learned with no pain, right? Think about them. They're all over the place. So the thing is, can things that inherently aren't aligned with our being, that are somehow creating failures, losses, mistakes, frustration, anxiety, worried, can we utilize those as indicators to help us get to the answer instead of deter us from the answers? All right.
Okay, that's
All
fair.
right.
Thank
Make sure you
you.
put your parachute on when you jump out of a plane. That's the lesson for the day. All right. Take care, Jess. Thank
Thank
you.
you. You too. Bye.
Bye bye. Oh, it's so good to see you're happy. It's amazing what a day can change in your life. Hello, my dear. How are you?
Hi, doing
Why,
great. How are you?
why does it feel so long since I talked to you?
I know. Well, I missed on Friday.
Oh,
So I
that's
wasn't
why.
able to ask a question on Friday. I know. I listened to the replay this morning and I was like, I even missed myself.
Very cool.
I'll be there Friday.
Right on.
um, hey, congratulations on your daughter graduating college this week. That's very exciting. I'm excited for y'all's family. That's a really huge
Yeah,
milestone. That's super
very
exciting.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah. And I also wanted to say thank you so much for all your help lately with regard to family matters. Speaking about moms and family matters, I sent you a text, but I just want to just for the rest of the group, just say like asking questions. It just completely turned around a conversation that my mom and I had last week. And she had been carrying around something for like 20 years that like she did not need to be hanging on to. So just that healing was like, and that was just one question.
Yeah.
That was just one question.
What do you want from me? Right? What do you want
Yeah.
from me? That's a
Yeah.
question I can't believe I didn't ask my mom either for so long. And when I
Yeah.
finally when I asked her, it changed everything. Right.
Yeah. And
So
it opened up a dialogue. So
yeah,
thank
when she
you.
told
So
me, yeah, she wanted me to be healthy and happy and love and appreciate her. That changed my life and changed so many others. So good. Shit works.
so
That's what we're learning today. The shit works.
shit
Good.
works. Okay, so my question for you. Oh, and then please come to Texas because you're gonna be traveling. So please come to Texas. Please, please,
All
please.
right.
You can meet
I will.
Houdini in person.
Right on.
Okay.
We'll do
Question.
a
Sorry.
big meetup. We'll do a big meetup in Austin.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So I heard you say that you're now adding not only looking for open hearts, but open hands. And so I wanted to hear and understand the context of where that came from and what lesson you may have been learning when you came up with that. I just wanted to understand the context.
Yeah, I think it was under the context of scarcity and abundant that I had really worked hard for a year to find people with open minds, because I think in order to have an open mind, you have to have an open heart. You really do. You can't. They're dependent upon each other, but they're not dependent upon scare. Like I know a lot of people that have open minds, open hearts, but they're very scarce. They're fearful. You know, I told my mom, who's having a real difficult time, even though she's vaccinated, transitioning into doing stuff after COVID. You know, she's almost 80. She's like, well, I'm not. I invited her today. My wife's down in San Diego to go to lunch with my daughter and my wife. You know, I said, oh, you should go to lunch. They take you to lunch. I'm not ready to go to a restaurant. And I said, she goes, it's good thing is I'm losing. I said, they can bring you food. I'm not ready for that. You know, so I'm like, the good thing is, you could write a book, Scared Skinny, right. So but literally my mom was the catalyst to me, because my mom's super open-minded, super open-hearted, unconditionally loving person, but she's very scarce. And not that scarce in the sense that, she wouldn't give me the shirt off her back, but it's just, she lives a fearful life. And so I'm really seeking people, putting intention, people with open hands, right? Open hands, give and receive at the same time, right? It's like an offering plate, right? No expectation. Your hands are out. You put whatever you want in my hands and you take whatever you want out of my hands. It's a symbol of abundance to me. So I think, for me, I'm looking for people that aren't scarce and abundant, open-minded, open-hearted.
I like that. And I really appreciate the image as well. That's beautiful. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. Good to see you.
You too.
All right. Bonnie, the AKA Posh Notions. Here she is out in the sunshine with the tank top on. I love the East Coast. It's like she'll have a winter coat on next week.
Yeah. No. No. I kicked the air on actually because it was so stuffy in the house that no more back and forth heat and AC. I'm doing that for like 2 months now.
Yeah.
So just some updates. Mom's in surgery right now for her lung. Everything, as far as I know, is going great. Send her lots of positive, healthy energy and, perfection from the doctor, or however you want to say that. And about last Friday, I just have to tell you a quick little story. So I texted you about the identity theft stuff. And in my mind, all of a sudden, I had this image of you saying to me at some point, I'm not God. Like, I can't fix everything for whatever reason. And then I get that message from you and it said, I swear to God, it said, I'll have Jesus call you. And that's why I was like, I won't hold my breath. And I showed my husband and I'm laughing. And I get this call 10 minutes later from California. And I'm like, you got to be effing kidding me. I was like, hold on a second. I was like, I feel like such a jerk. I have to text David and let him know. I just wasn't thinking straight.
Well, I got Jesus to call you. I told you.
He was laughing. I was laughing talking to the FTC. They probably thought I was crazy because whatever a-hole decided to steal my identity picked the wrong person, because I'm rebuilding my credit. You're not getting too much from me. But I think I stopped everything in its tracks, and hopefully that was the only thing. Somebody opened a bank account in my name and deposited fraudulent checks. Wow. Like, okay, it was just weird. I'm not going to go into the whole story, but thinking about the accumulation of all of the stuff that's happened the past few weeks, and I feel like I've handled most of it pretty gracefully. Like, it's not that I'm suppressing emotion. It's just like, all right, let's just take care of this and get it done. And I feel like, not that I'm being tested, but that I'm sort of being tested. Like, I'm ready to feel like I'm about to level up, like something really big's about to happen. And I was wondering what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, well, this is called intuition. And when you have a feeling that that's strong, don't get in its way. Listen to it and do what's necessary in order to effectuate, making sure that you don't interfere with what's already calling you. I believe in callings. I fully believe when I feel something. I've had callings and I've gotten their way because I was scared or doubtful or some other ego-based consciousness, egotistical in some way, controlling. Let the calling come. Something big is coming. Ask big, lean into it, have faith. Something big is coming. You're about to level up. Be aware of it.
I feel aware of it. I feel like, I don't know. I feel something.
Who
And
is this person? Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to start picking on somebody else. Who is this person? She is getting callings that big things are coming. Oh my God. What a difference a year makes. This is beautiful.
Right? It is crazy. I was thinking about last year briefly. Speaking
I
of big
don't even
things,
recognize the woman that came to visit me in Pittsburgh.
speaking of, you need to come to Pittsburgh too. I will actually leave my house to go to Pittsburgh. We got my truck fixed. My husband fixed our truck.
Nice.
So
cool. All right. Let's lean into it.
I will. Speaking of real quick, big things.
Yeah.
I have one more, couple more steps in the shirts. So I have to press them, and I'm waiting for some fancy stationery. Because I'm gonna make these the best fucking packages I've ever sent out in my life. So
Nice.
That's where I'm at with that process, and I look forward to getting all that in the mail this end of this week.
I know you'll do it. Level up, my girl. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you next week in the snow.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye. I love her. All right, my favorite two letters. Oh, nope. Matt just always switches. What's going on?
Yeah, I was.
You're next.
I got caught off guard there. I was waiting for Gege. I was like, I'm going after all these great all-stars, and then I come in with my stuff.
I got to get a Padre fan to start working with me because these Dodger guys are incompetent. So, anyway, we'll move on.
But I understand you can get free hats. Anyway, congratulations on your daughter. It's a cool and exciting thing, especially the first time going through all that. It's the opposite of the first one that drives, which is absolute terror, but both high emotions, different directions. So that's good stuff. I listened to Friday stuff this morning, missed Friday for good reasons, but the timing of that was perfect. I was working on some stuff over the weekend, and I was working with somebody on scripts and stuff, and I read my scripts, and they just came back and said, Lou, this isn't you. You can't speak from a script. Yes, learned that lesson, on the TV show again. But I'm like, I'm trying to follow this thing. And so we talked through this stuff. Your stuff this morning, perfect, timing, authentic, and I viewed it differently from the outline and the directions that were being given, and it's more about sensing, and the people have to feel that stuff, right? The energy and the passion, positive, all good. So now around the work that the things I'm working on, prepping for the voicemail, right? So I got it down to a pithy little, and do you use your company? Would you say Lou from Motorful, giving them an opportunity to, if they don't know Lou Caricardi, to look it up, or do you just leave it with the hook? Like, hey, John, this is Lou. I gave you a quick call here to talk to you about the stickiness of your brand and helping you with that. Give me a call back in a couple minutes. Or do you actually use the name? That's the first one.
The name's going to help. Use the name. If it hurts you, don't use the name.
I don't know if it was going to work either way. I just was thinking about it from just like this litmus test and hit them with something compelling.
Yeah, if you don't know, then test it.
Yeah. Okay. Second is, do you use email to preface a call, and is there a specific process like for that? So in other words, send it this week. Hey, I was sorry, and I'm going to give you a call, or no email, pick up the phone and be me.
Okay, so I ask via email, I ask via phone, via text, via media, and so determined upon, whether it's, a newsletter going out, there's an ask, whether it's an email response, there's an ask. I don't preface a call with an email because if I'm going to do the call, I just do the call.
Okay, and that's fine, because I have very specific people. It's a B2B in the industry, and okay, that's good information. And then the third is 3 strikes, or go no go. What's your timing? I leave a voicemail, timing, and then next voicemail, timing.
Well, if you haven't constructed the timing, which you should, right? Meaning, hey, we're going to talk on June 18th.
Mhm.
If I don't get that call on June 18th, then I'm calling June 19th. And that's if I get another no on June 19th, I'm calling June 20th. That would be my third no.
Okay, so you wouldn't space them like, hey, I gave you a call, and then next week I call again, then the following
No.
week it's 3 weeks.
No, not unless I told them or they told me call back in a week.
This is somewhat cold, other than knowing the people I'm going to speak to and within the industry.
Yeah. Look,
Reach out 3 days in a row.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. That's it.
Yeah, your statistical success will be way greater by doing 3 calls in a row, 3 days in a row than 3 weeks.
Yeah. Opposite of what I was thinking. So good input. Thank you very much.
You got it. Remember, you're articulating quantifiable value greater than what you're asking for. So you're very excited about calling them every day.
You're right.
You're helping them. All right. You're not bothering them. Cool. Don't take that approach. Have open hands. Good job.
You.
Good to see you. I like your shirt too.
Thank you.
Good color on you. All right. Gege, my favorite 2 letters of the alphabet, all together. There she is. Gege.
Hi. Congratulations for your daughter and the video with your mom.
Thank
I
you.
showed that to my mom. Like, I want to say something to everyone who was talking about their moms. Me and my mom used to actually get into almost fights. And now she spent 2 weeks with me and she's my best friend and supporting me in everything that I do. Because I applied everything you said for an year. It's like, what do you need? What do you want? And now she's meditating. She's reading books. It's like, it's an inside out journey. It's not like if I go to her and tell her do this, it will never happen. And we were driving in Bucharest, which is like crazy town, and I don't even get angry in traffic. Like, it's all this energy shifted, and that's how you get closer to people. You just articulate what you say. And what I do with the closing hands is like, if the universe wants, I do this like showing myself. It's like, if the universe wants to give me something and I'm like this, I can't receive it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, those are the biggest, one of the biggest lessons. And I have like goals. One is to work with you. One is to work with Sangeeta Sahi. Like, I have those in my mind. And one of my struggles is still patience. And I know, like, reading biographies or, it takes time depending on how you look at it. And I'm like, I can't be patient because being patient is actually a blessing, is enjoying the moments because there is no end in this journey. It's like, as you say, think about it in more of lifetimes. And one of the things is I should have been on podcasts, and I was searching the emails and I was like, oh yeah, they'll never come back. And both of them came back this week asking me to, prepare for it. And I was like, see, you have to be patient. It's like a proof of the universe. So what can I do inside of me? Because this is a quantitative.
Yeah. Shift your perspective and ask yourself, am I attaching, or what am I attaching to? So am I attaching to the outcome, or what am I attaching to? Because the only thing that will create impatience is when you're attached to something, right? See, if you're attached to the journey, if you're attached to the pursuit, if you're attached to the action items, if you're attached to the prioritization, you're not going to be impatient, right? But the minute you start attaching yourself to a time frame, to an outcome, to a result, immediately a resistance is created with the man-made construct of impatience. And we're not allowing things to happen, and we're deterring or interfering with the productivity that it takes in order to effectuate what's happening. Then another one on top of the attachment to and for is to remind yourself all it takes is one touch of favor. So if you're implementing the 25 no rule and you're getting no rejection, this, and you're not attached to the outcome, you're just like, okay, remind yourself, all it takes is one touch of favor. All it takes is one touch of favor. It can happen from the person at the bus stop to in the grocery store to a telephone call to one touch of favor. And guess what? I'm worthy of it. I'm expecting it. I'm expecting the touch of favor. It'll come at the right way at the perfect time, but my touch of favor is coming, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing until it does, and enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, comes all the time. Like, for example, in a year, if I want to expand, I can reach out to you, say, I want to be on your show, or I want to be on your podcast. Or, like, it's there. I know it's there. And it's like, I think one of my perception is more about life is short, because that's a message we get. And I think that's what I need to shift.
Yeah. Life is not short.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's
I
like,
may be short, but life's not short.
it's been an incredible journey, and another lesson that I learned from you is about your friend who ended up alone in an apartment. When you said the universe doesn't know, I was like, that's why I love your content, even if you like sometimes you post something more than once, is every time it hits different.
Right.
So for me now, I'm very focused on the inward and changing that. And funny is like everybody who has like relationship they need to fire, they come at me and they ask themselves, how is this serving you? Where it's not, then you don't feel you're worthy of something better. So it's like it's impacting people is impacting others and others, and I don't know, it's incredible, and I'll probably write a book in the next years about this. And it's like,
I'll be happy to write your forward.
oh yeah, you'll definitely do that. It's what you say, having faith you're gonna end up in a better place. So I just want to say thank you, and I'm just gonna keep everyone posted, and I'm happy.
I can tell. It's like a whole new group here. Everyone's happy. This is amazing. It makes my day. So thank you.
Thank you so much for everything, and thank you to your team and everyone. I'm very grateful for this.
I'm grateful for you. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. So my day's made. The rest of you guys just go home before I get depressed. No kidding. All right, Joey, you're up.
All right. Hey, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you? How could I not?
Good.
How could I not be awesome after all those cool people?
Oh, 100%. Congrats, Gege.
Yeah.
I'm going to be giving you a little bit even better news, hopefully. Not better.
Oh, it's not even Wednesday. We're at Ask Me Anything Monday, but now we're at More Good News Wednesday already, Mikey. It's more good news here on private coaching. Is good.
Exactly. So I believe I got a mentor and a job. So in a hockey agency. So I contacted a couple of my friends like we talked about, and I spoke to the agents themselves, and I had a previous relationship with them. So we're meeting up in a couple of weeks to discuss different details about how I'm going to go about it. However, I would love to know, based off your experience in the agency, what is it about specific agents that make it and that stay, other than just keeping clients and getting clients?
Are you kidding? It's key.
No.
Those are the only two things you need to know. Is guys who make it can get clients and keep them. And if you're asking me how do they keep them, it's by using go no go plans, by being kind to their future self, doing good deeds, by understanding the truth vibrates the fastest, willing to do whatever it takes honestly to win the business and keep the business. But only two things you got to focus in on is get business and keep it.
And so with working with him, I'm going to be starting in the ranks, like with young kids first. And in addition to that, while building up that inventory of people, I'm going to start using my connections in the actual NHL with people that I know to start showing them who I am. So do I use working with this person and managing maybe particular people at a higher level with that person until I'm able to go out on my own?
Yeah, and continue to get clients, right? You get clients for any organization, they're your clients. They'll leave with you. I mean, that's what Jerry Maguire is about. That's what David Dunn did. That's what everybody did is you get the clients, you teach them, and as you build them under the firm, they'll leave with you, or other people want to come with you that they'll recommend.
And then the other thing is, how do you get the people that I know, or at least the players that I know, they view me as a friend. They don't know me as an agent.
Yeah.
How do I change that?
Use the credibility of your job and who you're working with. So, most of the guys that I worked with when I was running Lee Steinberg, right, they knew me as a technology guy, and I had, paid for them to do appearances and speaking engagements and all types of stuff through the phone business. And I went back to them and said, hey, I'm running the most notable sports agency in the world. We should represent you. and people were lining up, right? Because I was using Lee's credibility, not mine. I had no experience. I was running the business. And I see kids do that all the time. Same way, Maverick was friends with LeBron. And once he represented LeBron, he could do whatever he wanted because he used the credibility of LeBron.
Definitely. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Congrats,
Talk to you guys,
Joey.
next week.
More
Thank
good
you.
news, More good news Monday. Here we go. Here it is, the man, the myth, the Shosh by gosh. Let's see if we can keep Shosh to 5 minutes. What do you think, Shosh?
I will. I've got 2 questions. Hopefully that won't multiply by 5.
All right, good.
No, great to be here, and great to hear all the fantastic stories. I might have to ask you about some challenges I'm facing, David, if that's okay. Just a few areas.
We need some real life in here. Everything can be good.
I feel bad for breaking the chain, but I think.
No, if everybody calls up and says everything's good, we're not going to learn anything. So this is better. Go ahead.
Go on. So the first area is basically just having some challenges around focus related with ADD, sort of attention deficit disorder. And so I've been really looking at trying to make progress, concentrate on taking, sort of the value of what I want, scheduling it in the calendar. And I think when it comes to activities I get paid for, that's been working much better because there's just structure, accountability with other people. I think the things that I really want to pursue and things that I'm driving, like things either in venture capital, DeFi space, they're just not moving as I would like. And for me, it's like I have that scheduled in, I go through it, and my mind just goes to all other sorts of things. And so I don't know if you have any insight for like guys who probably have like attention deficit disorder about how you really basically just get things done.
Yeah, 2 things. I'm very familiar with this. I coach a lot of people, including myself, on it. So 1 is the 5 daily practices will help, because when you know your what, your who, your how, your now, and your why, especially your now, it'll keep you on track. As well, with the balance of what you want, it'll include physically wearing yourself out. One of the things I think that's most overlooked with ADD is that there is a physical energy that you can extend in positive directions, in productive direction, in order to facilitate more focus. Now, so the first thing is utilize the 5 daily practices: the what, the who, the how, the now, and the why. The second is understand focus. Remember, you can only focus in on one thing at a time. And so what's occurring when you feel as if, or you do have ADHD, is that you're focusing all over the place. So in other words, you have not controlled the muscle of refocus. See, I train every day in a variety of different aspects in my life. Spiritually, I train by having an unwinding routine, having a meditative practice, stop, dropping, and rolling. I also practice in my realm of improving myself physically by spending a minimum of an hour a day on my health. One of the other things I practice every day is refocusing. What does that mean? If I know that I can only focus in on one thing at a time, I also know that the speed of thought moves faster than the speed of light, meaning that if I can utilize my speed of thought, I can actually be more productive than people that are just living at the speed of light in a normal construct of man-made time. So the trick to be able to multi-focus is that we understand what focus is. Focus is collecting data. That's all focus is. Just like meditation is the practice of being quiet, focusing is collecting data. And so if focusing is collecting data, then I want to make sure that I am paying attention and giving intention to the thing I'm focusing in on, so I can collect enough data to assess it. And if I go and look at something else, so for example, when I'm talking to you, I'm checking my email and my phone. And the way that I can do that is that I have practiced refocusing, where I can look at my email and gather and assess enough data quickly enough where I can refocus back on me talking, so that I can assess the data of how I'm saying and what I'm doing. So I may just slightly have a longer pause as I'm catching something, but I've refocused back into the oral capability that I have of articulating whatever answer it is. And then I can refocus into my text messages the same way. if you follow the 5 daily practices and you practice refocusing and just start with doing something in your email or something in your text messages. And the idea is I can only focus on one thing at a time, but I know that my thoughts move faster than the speed of light. So I'm going to focus in on this conversation and look at my email and come back to the conversation without losing a beat, because it's moving faster than the speed of light. And it doesn't appear to anybody that I'm doing both things. I'm not doing two things at once. I'm accessing the data and practicing it. So I'm getting enough data on the email and this conversation in order to effectuate both, which other people define as multitasking. Now, when you can't assess the information and you're not practicing the discipline of the muscle of refocus, now you're going to see scatterbrain, anxiety, depression, ADHD. But you can use ADHD, I think, as a superpower because you're more prone to know where that mindset of discipline is for refocusing it. Okay?
Thanks for that insight, David. I think for me, where I'm having the most challenge is not, I suppose it's the bit where I block time on something that's quite long. So like an investment thesis, let's just say, I'm finding resistance from, I just do something else because it just becomes something inside me. It becomes too hard to get everything out.
Yeah, well, switch it up, right? I mean, that's why I vacation every day. I spend a minimum amount of time. I would rather see someone do something for a minimum of 10 minutes 3 times a day than 30 minutes all at once.
Right. So just break it into chunks and be consistent every day on it.
Yeah, and if you break it into chunks, give it a subset of an action item so that it's clearly defined. So you're not feeling like, okay, for example, if I had to clean my room and it was, going to take me an hour, I would rather, break it up into 3 sessions of 20, saying, I'm going to clean my closet, I'm going to make my bed, and I'm going to clear out the drawers, or fold my, like whatever break up what entails cleaning my room into 3 projects and break those up. You could do the same thing with what you're doing in these longer periods with financial analysis or whatever. Break it up so they're different tasks instead of one big task. Go ahead and break it up in different sections of the day, and it'll be fun and easy, and you'll be able to get it done easier. All right.
Great, thanks. And the second area, if able to ask, is just the part of your equation of essentially increasing revenue, making money. I know I've heard before, sort of tactics speaking about, buy low, sell high, putting intention and attention to something you want, and also taking inventory of your skills and looking at a industry that you can expose to. If I'm just looking at some practical steps, if I'm checking in every week and by the end of May or the end of June, I'm looking to try and increase my income, let's say, I won't put an arbitrary number on it, but 10x it. What are the sort of practical steps I should be taking to build that foundation?
Well, one, don't put a time frame on, making money, right? You want to make as much money as you can as fast as you can. So you're already creating resistance. It's a form of attachment, like I was telling Bonnie, of an outcome that's unrealistic. I want to 10x my income by the end of June. No, you want to double the amount of money you make as fast as you can. That's fine. Or you want to, make as much money as fast as you can. But in order to do that, right, you need to, like we say, align your skills, knowledge, and desire to where it's, supplementary, synergistic, or, aligned with something that's doing well. But you have to know your own timing and your own risk tolerance. And when I say timing and risk tolerance, it's not just investment of money, it's investment of focused time, whatever else capabilities wise it's going to take to get it done. And so understanding accumulation, aggregation, acceleration, compound interest, we know that things build upon themselves. Very rarely do things happen faster than we would like them to happen unless we really get good at enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of it. But if we can detach from the outcome with our emotions and put them into the pursuit, they will start to happen faster than we believe they would. Instead of creating resistance and have them happen slower than we believe, with 90% of the effort just to get some identifiable result that we can be aware of, 90% of the effort to get to 25% of the way there. So quit putting time restraints on it. do exactly what you said previously by aligning the skills, knowledge, and desire, supplementary, synergistic, or aligned to what you want to do or what's doing well, utilizing your timing and risk tolerance in order to effectuate it with that enjoyment of the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential, and you'll be much more statistically successful at it. Okay?
Brilliant. Thanks so much, David. Next week, I'll speak to you about decentralized finance, where I'm looking at in that industry. So,
all right, cool.
Thanks a
I'm
lot.
prepared. Thanks, man. Take care. Awesome. Mr. Moreno. Hola.
Man, how are you?
Amazing.
Awesome. Actually, that last
Are
question.
those glare glasses for the computer?
Yeah.
They're cool.
I have different ones, depending on my style for the day. Like this is my 80s, my nerd. So,
Nice.
Keep the eyes protected.
They look good.
Thank you. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Steve. Hope he's watching. Last time I asked you a question about processes and systems, he reached out to me and actually gave me some time to teach me some things, and it was really cool. So I love this group because you can meet a lot of great people in it. So my question to you is this. Last week, I got my second vaccine, the shot, Pfizer, and I felt great. And then on day 2, it hit me. I was so tired, fatigued for 2 to 3 days. And then it's been hard for me to get out of that slump. I've been struggling to be motivated, struggling to eat well, struggling in multiple aspects. And I feel like I'm stuck. What advice do you have on when you're in a path and then you fall off? How do you get back on quickly, effectively, without having to, get depressed because I'm starting to get frustrated with myself because I'm not moving forward on the stuff that I was doing.
Right. Now, let's start with how you feel. How do you feel?
I feel tired. I've been feeling tired ever since last week.
Right.
And it's a weird feeling because it's not like I know I can do stuff. I push myself a run and I got the run in, but I just feel, after I'm done, I just feel so drained mentally and physically. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, I would, figure out, rest wise, food wise, all the different areas of, how we can rebuild you not feeling tired, because once you feel tired, it's going to diminish your capacity and your mindset. So, you may want to try a different approach to what you see right now. You're trying to muscle through it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, I am. And
You're still running. You're still, what I think is happening, I'm not a doctor, but what I would try if I were you before I went to a doctor to see why I'm tired is I would shift everything for one day. Like I literally would go to the beach. I would overdo the rest. I'd overdo the rest. It sounds like to me you haven't allowed your body, your mind, your soul to recover. A lot, and I'll get there myself sometimes. I'm like slowly but surely it keeps, negative behavior aggregates in its favor, right? And every day that I think I'm muscling through and tireder and it gets harder and harder, it sounds like to me, I would take a hydration day. Nothing wrong with a ton of water when these things happen, and if you need a vitamin B12 shot, that also is a good thing to do. But it sounds like to me that you need a day in the sun of resting, everything, body, mind, and soul, just resting, and watch what happens when you're going to shift that stuck spiral that you're in, and you're going to start inching upwards again. And then if you still don't feel good 2 days later, I just go check at the doctor to see if your blood count is off or something.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what happened after that shot. Everything just went.
But I would spend a day with positive mantras. Get the sun on you, rest the mind, the body, and the soul. Tell yourself how great you are. Let everything go. You can take a few phone calls or whatever, but instead of trying to push through it, take just 1 day of recovery, 1 full day of recovery, and give yourself that vacation time.
Man, that's mentally so hard to do. It sounds great. I'm like, I got so much to do.
No, you don't. You don't got so much to do.
Yeah.
Resting's it's the same activity as running. Same exact effect on you. Sometimes better. In this case, look at resting as like 10 times the power of going the 10-mile run. Of how you'll feel.
Yeah. And I like the idea of maybe a B12 shot, something to help too.
Yeah, those are fine, but just one day, just pick a day. It doesn't have to be right now, but I won't keep pushing through. I would ease off a little bit, even on the physical exercise. Give yourself, if the run's not working to make you feel better, then just go for a slow walk. Right, keep moving. To sit around, just go for a slow walk instead of a run. Take your phone calls on a walk outside. It looks like to me, just by looking at you, sun will do you well as well. Just the energy of the sun.
Sound pale. Okay, thank you. All right.
Look at this red face. This is take some energy. Take some energy from God. He put a big ass sun out there. Vitamin D, E. Get it flowing to you. Get connected to that sun for a little bit.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Walk. Don't run. Okay. Walk. All right.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. You have
a good one. Call me if you need me.
All right. Laters.
Bye. Late. All right. You know what? It's time for some deep thought. I don't know why Matt skipped Todd, but we'll go Bryan. All right. I don't know what's the matter with Matt. He's purposely doing it. Anyway, Bryan, what's up?
Hey, man. So I have a couple of things. Since you have last seen me, it was about maybe 2 months ago. I do have some advice for Mr. Moreno. Whenever I feel like that, it's because I'm realizing how hard I am on myself, and all that weight is what makes me tired.
Or responsible for someone else, right?
Yeah. So, just to kind of catch up, last time you saw me, I recently had like a self-realization, and I wanted to move into and transition into the business side, but things have been going on. So, maybe you can guide me, because like you're the only person that I would kind of understand that ties the spirituality with the manifestation of money. So what I learned, especially doing the Course in Miracles, I'm on 200 right now. As soon as I placed the future in God's hands, everything started manifesting instantaneously. Like I got a $1,000 tip just like that, just by thought. Found a place just like that. And it's like, it's switching so quickly as soon as I start switching my mind. So, for the journey for anybody, whatever time the mind has set for revelation is entirely irrelevant to what must be constant state forever, as it always was, forever to remain as it is now. So every moment is the manifestation of God. So that's our interaction. So my trouble right now, Dave, is that I'm practicing Kundalini yoga. And almost every single time that I practice, I just have this energy just shooting up. So I'm having these intense releases on the family, even kids that I haven't even bore yet, right? So I'm releasing a lot. And what I'm starting to understand is that, or maybe this is what I'm thinking, because maybe I'm a little confused on what my real purpose is. Just like Eckhart Tolle, he had his awakening around my time. Michael Singer had around 25. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing this. Maybe I'm supposed to be a spiritual teacher, right? Like maybe that's my. So what my releasing teacher has been telling me is that my energy is way too high and I need to ground a little bit more. So when I ground more, things are manifesting instantaneously. Like if I want to leave work early, it will happen, which is impossible for anybody. So what I've learned is that the courage pushes beyond the world towards God. So what my trouble is, specifically working with my job and my new energy as I'm transitioning into this new paradigm, is that I work with someone very successful, right? He's a tycoon in the restaurant business. He's been on Food Network and stuff like that, but he's not a nice person. And it just reminded me of like what you said, like don't do business with dicks, or that moment where pride comes before a fall, right? Because like he's afraid of losing everything. And I'm trying to relate to this individual because like I can see myself in him. And how is it that he's manifesting money so quickly, but yet like it seems like I'm not supposed to be there? Or like maybe this is my challenge to kind of figure out what is next for me, because like that idea of self-worth and net worth has always been so foreign to me, and then there's something blocking me, and I know that this guy is that embodiment of what is blocking me from actually achieving, because like if I hold on to the pride, I will become him, and I know that it will happen the same way that happened to you, where you would lose everything and you would have to kind of realize that. So how do I stick to this new energy that I have while moving and transitioning into this new territory of money and manifestation, if that makes sense?
So number one, your thoughts about your purpose are your purpose. Your thoughts about your purpose are your purpose. Then two, you're talking about the blend of currencies, the currency of money and the currency of faith.
Yes.
Right. And so you have to be conscious about playing the game. You have to be conscious about that as the illusions appear, why not have the illusions be multi-billions of dollars, because the thoughts about your purpose are your purpose, instead of the illusions of being broke is somehow better.
I don't understand that.
Okay. So you have put a judgment and condition on wealth that doesn't exist.
Yes.
You have put a judgment and condition on poverty that doesn't exist.
Yes.
There's no conscious in poverty or wealth. There just is.
Yes.
Your thoughts about your purpose are your purpose. Give the meaning to the wealth that you want. That's what I had to do, is shift the paradigm that I am already wealthy, and I'm just going to clear the interference between me and what I want, because I can give meaning to everything I see. So just because this guy represents a lesson about how you don't want to show up, how you don't want to identify or give meaning to money, you now know a better way and a better meaning to give to the money.
Gotcha.
It's not the money it's the meaning you give to it.
Yes.
Money's awesome. It allows you to shop. It's what you shop for that's going to determine whether it's good or bad or makes you happy or not.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So my final question is, do I need to listen to my releasing coach about this ability that I have? Like, I don't want to sound like I'm the only one that can do it.
Everyone can do it.
Huh?
Everyone can do it.
I know.
Don't download too much.
Okay.
Like my feeling always is, people, you can only, you live in the pragmatic world of 24 hours of time. And if you're going to utilize the downloads and the releases, then you need to make sure that you're doing it within the context of the time that you have in the real world, or else you're just wasting your time and wasting the releases, because you're not giving yourself the pragmatic amount of time to process it and effectuate it.
Yeah, because he says that, like, I'm kind of trajecting to get out of this world.
Yeah, which is a conscious choice you can do, but come back and forth.
I think I still have some work to do.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. You're right on a good path, though.
Thank you. I really appreciate this, man.
Thank you.
Oh, one last thing. I will be competing at this jiu-jitsu tournament this Saturday, so I wanted to share that with everybody. It's Tap Cancer Out, so it's good. Donation.
Make it happen. Congrats, man. That's awesome.
God bless you guys. Bye.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Todd, you're up. I see the peace sign.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? Good.
Awesome.
Hey, Bryan, go for it. That sounds like a really good cause, man. You're going to kick butt in a good way. Sounds awesome. Hey, I was just back to Gege here, and she's going to write a book one day. That's great. So I've written a book, which is a good feather in my cap for sure, until the physical copy is actually in my hands. So I'd like to ask you if you would like to write a testimonial when that pre-edition comes out. I can send it to you.
Yep.
It has nothing to do about business, but have everything to do about adventure. But you'll still like the read. I hope it's kind of a different read for sure.
I would love to.
Yeah. So my topic for today is money. I call myself a memory bank millionaire because I've done a lot of things in life and I've had some amazing experiences. But I seem to have some struggles, some obstacles in the way of getting to the next level. My wife and I are saving money like mad. We're really good at saving money for this big trip that we want to do from Ireland to India next year. But aside from that, it seems like there's just, could be better. So just want to see if you could talk to the money mindset a little bit more, non-religiously and whatever, and see. Yeah.
Cool. I love that you had that non-religiously. So, first of all, your ability to make money is determinative upon the opportunities that are aligned with your skills, your knowledge, and your desire, right? So understanding your own timing and risk tolerance of what you're doing, we don't necessarily always take the pragmatic approach of, hey, I'm a toll booth operator, but I want to be a multimillionaire. Okay, so how?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So unless you can connect the dots backwards on where this money is going to come from, I think that the major shift that you need to take, because you're really good at predetermining where your money goes, right? You're a good saver. Most people have that problem, including me, right? It took me years to remove my emotions and predetermine the distribution of the money I make. But the biggest difference in my life is the one that you can take is focus in on making money. Put your attention and intention on making money. Don't give it any definition of, this is for good or this is, what I love to do. It's if you really want, that's why I stopped investing money. All but 10% of my investment money goes to things that I can't lose, but don't take any of my attention. Because in order to make money, I want the majority of my attention to be on making money. Not on saving it, not on growing it, on straight out outpacing my money, meaning go ahead, you save your money, and at best you get your 9 or 10%, at best, with the risk of losing it all, worrying about it all the time, watching the stock market, the crypto, the Coinbase, the NFTs, the conversations, the blah, blah, blah. Not Dave Meltzer. I'm focusing on making the money, putting it somewhere I never have to see it again. It makes 2% on bad years, up to 15% on good years. But guess what? Once it's in that account, I never think about it. It doesn't have any of my attention or intention. I can borrow against it up to 90% at any time if I needed it. So I got a sense of security. I have a life benefit on top of it in case I die. So I got an extra sense of security. If my wife dies, I get even a bigger bonus because she's even more insured than I am. But mostly, the biggest benefit is I'm focused in on making money all the time. All my attention with the activity I get paid for is to get paid. It's not to be, I get to go to the Super Bowl. I get to go to the mat. If I go to the Super Bowl, my intention is how much money am I going to make at the Super Bowl? What can I do with my tickets? What can I do with the hospitality? What can I do with the media? What can I do with the interview? How am I going to make as much money at the Super Bowl? Not, I get to go to the Super Bowl. I love my job. Mm-hmm. No, I love making my money at the Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, Masters, Kentucky Derby, Breeders' Cup, ESPYs, Emmys, Oscars, Grammys. I am a millionaire of memories. I'm a billionaire. If you're a millionaire of memories, I promise you I'm a billionaire of memories, except for I know how to make money because that's all I focus in on. And it doesn't mean I'm not having a good time, right? Because I still have activity I don't get paid for. If you can make this shift in perspective that I'm going to focus in on making money from my activities and experience the things that the millionaire mindset that you've been able, the millionaire memories that you have, you might as well be a millionaire and have millionaire memories instead of just having millionaire memories.
John, spark lit. I'll keep the fire going, bud.
You got it, man. Focus on making that money. It won't make you happy, but if you shop for the right things, it will.
And for thanks, David. Have a great week, man.
Good question, Todd. I appreciate that. I love that.
See you, bud.
All right, our cleanup hitter, right on time. He got the last 6 minutes with a Seahawks jacket that he bought on sale with that Dodger hat that Matt has. So there we go.
Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Hey, Joey, how are you?
I'm doing good. My question is more directly, I guess, on your network. I joined this group to create value, and get value back from you. My hardest thing is my goal is to get into the NFL, coaching, And I understand that, since I've been following you and we've connected, this is more on a personal level. I'm really intrigued on and interested in your network. So, I don't know what kind of value you could give to me right now. Maybe this is more like an offline question, but
all you gotta do is ask, man. So if you're interested in coaching, send over where you're at right now, what you've done. Let's see who I can find that can help you and make an introduction, to get you. I don't know what level you're coaching right now, what you've done. But no matter what the level is, there's plenty of opportunity to get introductions. I can open doors. You got to knock them down.
I know. Oh, I know. I already know. Once the door opens, I'm not turning back.
Cool. Yeah. So send me your information. Let me know what level you're looking at, what position, where you're at, and we'll go from there. All right.
Yeah. Do I send it directly to you or to the
Yep.
admin?
David@dmeltzer.com.
All right. Sounds good, Dave.
You got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're the man.
Awesome. All right, everyone. We're rocking and rolling. It's the private group. It's very good. We will talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Remember, I got 3 p.m. Today, Clubhouse. Come join me for Ask Me Anything on Clubhouse, 3 p.m. Pacific time today. So you guys can come in and ask me anything as well. David@dmeltzer.com, search.dmeltzer.com if you want to find some videos to help you out as well. I'm always here. Thank you guys. Great session today. Look forward to seeing you. Have a wonderful night. Be kind to your future self and do good deeds. See you at 3 p.m. Pacific time, Clubhouse. Thanks. Bye.